Hi, I'm Matt Fisher and I'm the Environment Officer at London Colney Parish Council. With the help of the Net Zero Fund, delivered by St Albans Greener Together, an Innovate UK-funded project, we were able to purchase an e-Starley e-cargo bike. We got about £2,000 grant towards the bike with the idea that we would reduce our carbon footprint as a parish council for our staff. The other component is to promote active travel, to show and to illustrate that leadership really, that this is an option. But the other one really is to promote it in a fashion that we can loan the bike out to schools, to young families that have got young children that can go on the back and obviously do the school run on that. So it is a case of promoting that active travel from within, rather than it being on a brochure or just a conversation or an advert. This is very much hands-on and they can go and see it. These cans, not only have they been taken from various sites, but the majority of them actually been collected from litter picks, which we use the bike for as well. This is right in the back of yours. I'll have to probably do a multi-purpose. I've been an avid cyclist for all my life really, and when I become carbon literate, one of the pledges was to reduce my carbon footprint driving around. Obviously as a green council it's not an ideal look, and I haven't got an electric car, but I have got now an electric bike, or rather two of them. All those cans rattling around. I wanted to go local and you guys, and it was a tried and tested. I got the e-Starley 20.8, which is a little fold-up bike, and that serves me perfectly. You know, I can get some stuff in the panniers, go to meetings. It means that I turn up not as a sweat mess, so I don't turn up in lycra. I can turn up with a suit or a jacket and go and see my constituents and get about. Cargo councillor, yeah, it's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it? So that tried and tested kind of experience I've had with you guys there was the obvious choice when I wanted to go for this cargo bike idea. The thing that's overwhelming is how easy stuff is to do and how quick it is. You know, doing this in the back of a car or a van, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, the little errands of running into town or doing something as a councillor has been super efficient. You know, I don't have to find a parking space. I literally just pull up outside someone's door. It's a testament to how easy this is. If only people understood the shift is so easy. We wanted a bright coloured bike for visibility and all the rest of it to showcase that we are out there as a parish council and throughout the district as well. We've gone for the knobbly tyres, the off-road tyres, because so much of it, as you can see, is not just on road, but going across to pavilions, sports centres and so on, and across various tracks. Okay, so just approaching the Scout Hut here, where we've got our recycling bin with Pierce's group, and we collect all of the cans here. We're going to drop them off so it's one place. We're having the long tail. It is that much more familiar than the bigger cargo bikes that are out there. That's what we're collecting, at least that on every litter pick. Yeah, I just love the way it's so easy to ride, it's so easy to charge, you've got that reliance, you know, you hear so much of the safety aspects as well. So, you know, with yourselves, it's great to know that it's all properly engineered and it's bona fide and it's not some cheap knockoff, as it were. You're only seeing it midway at the moment. We've got a third one, which makes us look a little top heavy, but really it depends what you put on there. But that's just to build up the cargo capacity. And we can, of course, remove those boxes to put one adult in the back or indeed a couple of kids. And we're already doing work with the head teacher to promote not only the active travel component, but also this being the jewel of the crown in terms of getting your children to school so safely and easily. Since I joined the parish council, lots of the stuff that we were doing locally was reliant on low loader vans, cars, 4x4s, and dare I say it, walking as well. So caretakers walking from A to B rather than cycling, not a good use of time. But it was sort of seemed to be a very heavy way of using, you know, engines and cars and vehicles to get from A to B. It's, you know, a mile or two away. Hoping that other local authorities can take evidence in that, and it's a package that can work, it's low level cost, it's convenient, and yeah, everyone can make it part of their working practice. Someone did point out that we have the adaptations to the bike are immense. But when we go to do a litter pick, we've got the bags, we've got the litter pickers, we've got the hoops. And of course, whilst we've got all of that, we're either on a little radio or the WhatsApp and just calling into people saying when they need a collection of a bag or some waste, or there's a fly tip that needs to be photographed and reported, that we can get round and do that in the 2-hour window that we've got. So yeah, it's quite fun to be able to see the multitude of uses that we can get out of one bike, right? So we're coming into Walsingham Way playing field, which is a rewilded area, and we've got the whips that we planted about 18 months or so ago, with the idea of providing some habitat and biodiversity. And here we're coming into an enclosed area of which there is a pond. It's very much work in progress, but this little beast, our bike, was pretty pivotal in this. We've collected some sand from MKM Builders, a local building merchant. They've been really supportive and literally put in one of these about 3 or 4 bags of sand, about 100 kgs, which was fine. Now underneath the moulding as it stands at the moment. So we dug this out by hand with a little bit of a help at the last minute with a digger. So the idea being this will be a rewilded area. Let me give you a rundown of what we've got set up. So we've got a little basket at the front, and we need to get a little bit more with a lid and so on, but that's just for ancillary stuff. So we've got like the high-vis jacket. There we are, a little bit of advertising there. So that goes on, and we might be issuing these out to litter pickers and so on, so that's all good. Obviously hydration by way of our coffee. We've got a multitude of different lights, so when we're coming at night time locking up places, we need to spread some light over the fields and security-wise and so on. So we've got a couple of lights on the front that we've added. They're just little rechargeables. We've got the one that's provided with the bike, and we've got this 2,500 lumens rechargeable one here. We've got this wonderful lock here, CT lock. The strongest one in the world, so we don't generally lock it up because we're working from the bike really. We've also got the kicker plates here to keep when the boxes are off and where you put your feet. The boxes here, we've got 3 of them, but the idea being of those, we're going to cut out a section so that we can put spades and bags of whips that might be, I don't know, 3-4 foot in length. So we remove those boxes, and then of course you've got your trusty, you sit down on here, and then what we've got here, this is the quick draw John Wayne. We've also got, not we've had a puncher yet, we've got our little CO2 canister packed away there. Lots of bungee straps as well for stacking stuff on. And we've got these really useful rock straps that can obviously tie all of the cargo back right down on it. Got these little LED lights here either side, all about visibility. So we elected to go for the bigger capacity battery, knowing that obviously we don't want to wheel it out and get to use it when actually someone that used it beforehand didn't put it on charge and so on. So yeah, so that's been really good. We've hardly had to charge it. It's quite incredible. So on to the next one, which is we're going to go to the school where we're doing an anti-idling campaign. Here he goes. It's off. We're showcasing it with the anti-idling campaign. This is all working towards the 19th of June, which is the Clean Air Day this year. So we're working with the 3 schools locally and beyond to promote active travel and reduce the carbon footprint that we all have when we go from A to B. Can't do this in a van. This is not just in the sun, but in the winter, you can get across here and you've got your mud guards, so you kind of, once you go back to the office or whatever, you're not covered in mud. It's just really flexible. It's so effortless. I'm doing 17.5 miles an hour and I'm barely pedaling. And like I said to you years ago, when I first got my 20.8, it took me back to being a kid. I just jumped on the bike and I was like making all these weird noises because it's just excitement. It's a delight. The cycling experience is great, but also you're out in nature and you're speaking with everyone and the local community. It's just, I think when the world latches on, we'll be covered in these bikes, right? I think the big interest is at the schools. And so if you're interested in maybe loaning this out, trying it out for 2 or 3 days, seeing how that fits into your lifestyle, seeing if it can work, get in touch with us at London Colney Parish Council. That's a lovely little whistle-stop tour of London Colney Parish. I'm going to whiz through here and put this beast away for a few hours. Here we are. I don't know how many steps I got in today, but that's a lot better than driving around in a hot, sweaty car.